Newsom unloads on one. Back and gone. Pull to the right side and through. And Robbie Grossman has tied this game in the 10th. Check swing, roller to the left side. Nobody's there. Bouncing ball right side, and Travis d'Arnaud comes off the bench for a comeback Braves win against the Astros.
World champion Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Truist. What a homestand it has been here in Atlanta, Georgia, as the rematch of last year's World Series wraps up on a beautiful Sunday for baseball. The Braves going for a sweep, and with good work last night, picked up a half game on the Mets. We start play just 3 games out of first in this very tight National League Eastern Division race. Hi again, everybody. Chip and Jeff, great to be back with you for Braves baseball. Partner, we said this portion of the schedule was going to be the most challenging for the Braves all year long. I think it's safe to say Brian Snitker's club has passed with flying colors so far.
Tell you what, these 7 games, when you looked at it, was by far the toughest homestand of the year. And what have the Braves done? 5-1 so far with a chance to sweep the Astros today. How they've done it? Well, you can see their ERA. The pitching has been outstanding for the Braves. Max Fried, Kyle Wright coming back was awesome. And then the offense has done a great job of taking care of business on the other side. And one thing they've continued to do is tack on runs. 20 extra base hits against good pitching that they face. Scherzer, DeGrom, Javier. So this team right now is clicking on all cylinders. Man, what a way to finish if they could get a sweep of probably the best team in the American League.
The Astros went to the World Series last year. The Braves vanquished them in 6 games. They try to sweep them today before a packed house here at Truist Park. Charlie Morton is on the mound. He's been on a great roll. We'll talk about Charlie's great starts of late as we wrap up our series in Atlanta. It's the Braves and Astros next on Bally Sports. To complete a 3-game sweep over the Astros, Charlie, a former Astro, has been on an extended, very good run for the Braves, and you can't pitch any better on his home mound over his last couple of starts than he has so far here at Truist Park.
Yeah, you can see his last 3 home starts, 1-0. That's the big thing, that 27 strikeouts, that curveball sinker combo for him. He got 5-6 people looking against the Mets last week. It was outstanding.
12 strikeouts, 1 walk for Morton in 6 2/3 innings against the division leading Mets. And Morton will begin his warm-ups against the Astros, who have a giant lead in the American League West. They also have a big lead over the Yankees for the best record in the American League. They head back home after what has been, for Dusty Baker to this point, a losing road trip. A couple of their stalwarts are out of the lineup today. Jose Altuve getting a day off. Trey Mancini getting a day off. So Mauricio Dubon leads off the Toyota starting lineup. And so Charlie, 19 1/3 scoreless at home, trying to win his 7th game, trying to wrap up the sweep, and a great homestand for the Braves, who hit the road next to go to Pittsburgh and the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah, Charlie coming off his best start of the year on Tuesday night against the Mets. 6 2/3, 12 strikeouts. He really pounded that zone, only gave up 3 hits and only walked 1. And moving in for me, for my Ford Keys today, that's really the big thing for Charlie, is that nasty curve. His last 3 starts, Chip, it has been so it's had great depth to it. It's gone. 27 Ks in 3 games, really, and that curveball has been outstanding. And then offensively, be aggressive. Urquidy, who's pitching, does not walk a lot of guys. Only 2 walks in the last 19 2/3. Doesn't strike out a lot of guys either. So he's going to be around the zone. And lately, this offense has done a great job of attacking. See that again. And, well, you win this game today, 6-1 on this homestand. That's when you know your team's for real.
Charlie Morton, 4th in the National League in strikeouts. Will face Mauricio Dubon leading off. Dubon hit his elbow up against the fence here on Friday night. Had to come out of the game, but good enough to go today. And is 0 for 2 in the series against the Braves. And the first pitch caught on and popped up to right. Robbie Grossman gets the start for the Braves in the outfield today. Ronald Acuna Jr. will be the DH. So 1 pitch, 1 out, retires Dubon. Morton will take that kind of efficiency all day long.
That's the great thing, though, that you can give a guy a rest like that and let him DH a guy like Ronald. That's what, as much as you like having, look, everybody would love a big poppy for a DH chip where you got it, but it's nice that you can kind of spread it around too, gives guys a break.
I think that's the best thing about the DH rule, exactly what you said. And for the Braves this year, with a rehabbing Ronald Acuna Jr., they got to use his offensive talents without having to worry about defensive issues.
Exactly.
It's chopped foul by Gurriel, and 1 ball, 1 strike.
I thought you might see Altuve get a chance to DH today to do that, but with Alvarez back in the lineup today, you know, and had that kind of health scare Friday night, shortness of breath, I think you're seeing him get the DH.
There's the big curveball, and you are right. It has been a devastatingly good pitch.
It's on right now. We saw last year, though, as the year went on, he got better and better with that curveball.
Charlie Morton 4-1 with a 3.07 ERA on his home mound. He's about to throw his 5th pitch to Yuli Gurriel. And he got a swing and a miss. So Charlie just keeps on keeping on, his first strikeout of the day. Charlie's on pace to get to 200 strikeouts again for the Braves this year. That's been a rarity for the franchise. And he's off to a good start here with 2 quick outs, and here is Yordan Alvarez. Atlanta has a big shift on. And that's upstairs for the Astros DH. Alvarez, 2nd in homers in the American League, 4th in RBIs. Good hitter, but only 0 for 2 in this series. And you mentioned the health scare that he had here on Friday night. Dusty Baker said after the game, whatever issues he was having were made worse by the fireworks display. And he had to come out of the ball game in mid-inning. Was taken to the hospital just to make sure everything was all right. He was here last night and in the lineup again for the Astros in Game 3. Close miss. 3-0. Charlie Morton was an Astro for a couple of years, 2017 and 2018. He went 29-10. And won a World Series with them. There's a shot. Nice pickup by Olsen. And he will win the race to the bag. And that retires the side. Charlie Morton, 3 outs on 9 pitches. We head to the home first. Time for the bottom of the first inning here at Truist Park. The Astros were retired in order. Ronald Acuna Jr. is back atop the Toyota starting lineup. He's the Braves' designated hitter. You'll note at the bottom of the lineup, Marcell Ozuna will get his first start for the Braves since August 14th. Robbie Grossman will hit 9th. That means Vaughn Grissom and Michael Harris creeping upward in this Braves lineup because of their production, Jeff. And Jose Urquidy is the man they will face in Game 3.
As you see, he's had a nice year, 3.69, 11-4. The last 10 starts, he's been really good. Again, doesn't strike out a whole lot of guys, but pounds the strike zone looking for early contact. And the way the Braves approach has been really this whole homestand, up the middle the other way. You like their chances.
So the first time the Braves see Urquidy since the World Series last year, and he's the man that won both Houston games in the Fall Classic. An 11-game winner and makes his 23rd start today. Ronald at 270 at the plate. So what makes this guy such a challenge? As you said, he doesn't strike a lot of guys out, but he's pitching to a sub-4 ERA in a hitter-friendly park.
He can hit spots. He does a good job of working in and out, up, down, doesn't really get into any quadrant seam. Those pitches, just four-seam fastballs that got on Ronald pretty quick. This is a good pitching staff, this Astros. They have a deep one, too. You don't win 77 games unless you have a good pitching staff.
1-2 pitch. And lined out of play. It would not surprise many in baseball if the Braves and Astros ended up meeting in the World Series again. These teams, Jeff, are remarkably similar on paper. Both have excellent staffs. Both have excellent bullpens. Terrific managers. High-powered offenses. In the air to center, but right at Myers, and he got a good jump playing shallowly. One man down here in the bottom of the first inning for Dansby Swanson.
Man, you really think about it, the way the Yankees are playing right now, some of these other teams, I mean, the Astros are by far the favorite to me if you look in that American League. Now, the National League, you know, I look at the Dodgers, the Braves, and the Mets. Boy, they're all playing great baseball right now. Not that, you know, look, they're going to have to get through a tough postseason, too. The way they're playing.
Braves fortunate in this series. We missed Justin Verlander, who is a 15-game winner.
Supposed to originally pitch Sunday, but they went to a 6-man rotation.
High to Swanson, 1 ball, 1 strike. Dansby 3 hits, 2 RBIs in the series. Has 7 RBIs on his last 8 hits. What a year for the Braves shortstop. And Maldonado's glove is popping.
Yeah.
Urquidy's fastball sitting around 94 miles an hour in the early going. And Dansby rifles a shot to right center field. This guy's turnaround with 2 strikes, Jeff, is just unbelievable.
You know, he's sold out since, what, the second week of May or so of going that way with 2 strikes. And it's made all the difference, Chip. We'd see you have a 2-3 week period over the years. Remember that, going that way? But now he's done it for 4 months. Love how he keeps those hands inside the ball and drives it. 62 strike hits for Dansby.
Well, let's bring him home, shall we? Austin Riley has a 3-run. He has a home run, I should say, in this series.
It was a 3-run homer.
Thank you.
You were on it.
Thank you. 3-run homer for Riley. That was in the 3rd inning of game 1. So he's up to 31 of those, 78 RBIs. What a thrilling game last night. Braves fell behind twice, tied it once, and then walked off on a d'Arnaud base hit with the bases loaded. As Riley down on 3 pitches is the second out, and that'll bring up one of the hitting heroes last night, Matt Olson.
The hardest ball he hit all year, too.
Yeah.
The check swing double to shortstop. That was outstanding. Take him any way you can get him.
We'll talking with our friends on the radio side. The funny part of that hit was if they had asked for an appeal, had he missed the ball, he wouldn't have swung. That's how deeply the ball got in on his hands, and he just forced it the other way. And that one gets away. Swanson will move up. An RBI chance for Matt now on a very wild pitch.
Needless to say, if you saw at the very end of the game, Stanek walking off the mound. Chip, I don't know if you saw that part. He had mouthed some not nice words talking about weak contact, which I get it, man. He was frustrated.
But Ryan, you know what? If you'd followed the Braves all year, we have no sympathy. How many of those hits have gone against our guys this year? So good to see the pendulum swing back Atlanta's way last night. Here we are with the Braves. 2 outs. And off the net foul, even count. So here's the check swing late last night. Our All-State Mayhem moment.
Yeah, you're right. He didn't even go.
No.
And then it turns into a double from the good hustle.
Matt said as soon as he made contact, he started laughing as he went down the first base line because it was such a lucky hit. What do they say? Luck is the residue of design.
For sure. Take every single one of those and you never apologize for them.
Swing, fly ball, well hit, deep right, extension and gone.
Well, that one wasn't cheap. What's so funny is how strong Matt is. He was out front of this changeup. Urquidy kind of hung one going away, and Matt so strong. 2 out RBIs this team has piled up. 236 on the year, #1 in all of baseball.
So Urquidy's allowed his 21st home run. Olson's hit his 26th. The Braves strike first, lead 2-0. A mammoth home run by Olson over the Braves bullpen. And here is Travis d'Arnaud. So a great start for the Braves, who are trying to complete their first 3-game sweep over the Astros in 12 years.
Got to remember too, this is an Astros team that came in on Thursday, scored 21 runs in Chicago on a day game. And this Atlanta pitching staff has done a great job with this strong Astros hitters.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes for d'Arnaud. His 3rd lifetime walk-off hit came last night. And the 2-2 pitch. d'Arnaud takes a walk. So one thing that Urquidy does is give up homers. What he doesn't normally do is walk people. He just did with 2 outs, and Vaughn Grissom's coming up. He had a game-tying homer here last night.
When that pitch he hit too, Chip, inside, might not even been a strike. That's how far in it was, and he turned on it right down into the bullpen.
Vaughn's reached base in 10 of 11 games, hitting .385. And now Maldonado wants to calm down Urquidy, who's up to 23 pitches.
Look at that white line in. And before that, I mean, Christian Javier had been dominant. Him and Spencer Strider both trading punches. And that got the game back tied at 1. That's the way it went all the way into the 10th.
That's the kind of pitch that Dansby Swanson hits.
You're right. Turns on that thing in.
Matt Olson's homer, the difference in the game here in the first. And There's a strike to the Braves second baseman. Grissom hitting 6th, Harris hitting 7th. Oh, what a rip. Good job by Atlanta to force up the pitch count. It's another muggy day here in Atlanta. Little tapper foul.
You know, I think Vaughn Grissom's done a good job too, Chip. Hasn't really showed a major weakness yet for these pitchers to exploit. They'll find something at some point where he'll have to adjust back, but right now there's not really one place that they're going that it's like, okay, you can get him low and away. You can get him low and away. He's shown the ability to lay off it, take some walks.
And what I like, Jeff, is he'll get to 2 strikes and he'll find a way to work himself back in the count. He won't always get a hit.
Battle. That's what you want to see.
And he's evened it up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Strike 3 at the very top of the zone. Jansen Visconti rings up Vaughn Grissom. Matt Olson does a very Brave-like thing. A 2-out RBI with a 2-run homer, and Charlie Morton enjoys an early lead.
Them out for his second inning of work. Had a clean 1-2-3 inning in the first inning, and we know how much he struggled early on in the season. Well, he has absolutely turned things around. Let's take a look at our American Family Insurance Dream Fearlessly feature. Over the last 11 games, a 2.61 ERA, a .91 whip. You see the opponent's average. And I know the guys in the booth talked about how important that curveball has been as of late. Well, fellas, the curveball, an .065 average over these last 11 games. Last time out against New York, 6 2/3 shutout, 49.5% usage, second most in 314 career starts for Charlie.
Great report, Nick. Great to have you with us today as Alex Bregman digs in. And it stands to reason, Nick, if the pitch is that good, why wouldn't you use it almost half the time, right?
Yeah, and it's important, too, that he's able to throw it to both sides of the plate. Sometimes we've seen him hit the left-handed batter in the foot. He's got to get that swing and miss down and into those lefties and away from righties. But he has to be able to throw it front door to righties and back door to lefties. And that's really what we've seen as of late. And you look at his success as a whole, he has been absolutely dominant with that curveball against righties. I know I mentioned the .065 total. 1 for 40 right-handed batters are over the last 11 against the curve.
There's another curveball popped up softly on the infield. Grissom was in a shift, and he'll put that away. 4 up, 4 down for Charlie Morton.
And to add to kind of what Nick said, that's the thing Charlie had. He's got 2 or 3 different curveballs, you know, so you'll see him throw a get-me-over curveball. Then you'll see him to the left-handers really try to pound that thing down kind of the back foot. You'll see him a minute ago. That one to Bregman there, kind of a little more of a front door one. So when he is able to control those to both sides of the plate, that's when Charlie is so tough. Early in the year, we didn't see that.
Right.
A lot of kind of mistakes with that curveball. Now you're not seeing that. He's on a roll with it.
Kyle Tucker's had an impressive series. 13-game hitting streak for the Astros outfielder. He's hit a long home run here in Atlanta. Good-looking player.
Guys, you mentioned the curveball, obviously. We've been talking about that, but against Yuli Gurriel in the first, threw a curveball to set up the fastball up. And when he can throw the curveball to both sides, you're looking curveball because you know it's so good. You don't know location. It can elevate at 96 at the top, and you've got no shot.
And Greedy, too, he's throwing his cutter a little more, too.
So I talked to Craney about that probably a month ago. How important is that cutter for him? And he said the most important thing is the way he uses it. He can't rely on it too much. He can't strictly go away from it. He has to use it in certain counts to get guys off of certain pitches. I think in that 14% range for me is kind of where he needs to be. So about 14 every 100 pitches is about right. So you're not going to see it a whole lot, but it's important to mix that in.
That was a pitch he threw to Bregman 2-0 to get back in the count, and then came with that curveball. So I agree. This is a good young player here, Kyle Tucker, for the Astros. I was talking to Troy Snitker the other day. Snit's son's a hitting coach for the Astros. He said he's going to want a batting title some year. He's got a lot of power. He's a pure hitter. He's just got to keep getting better.
Charlie just broke his bat. And an easy out for number 2 here in the second inning. And Jeremy Pena, the young shortstop for Houston, who hit a homer here last night.
Now let's take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. And this is exactly what we're talking about. His last 3 home starts, what he's thrown. Look at that. And that's the thing. It's all around the plate. And then those ones with the strikeouts down in the zone right there where he gets a swing and miss. So good news. Charlie seems to be getting stronger by every start as the postseason's approaching.
Which is
kind of
just
like he did last year.
How you draw it up. As Pena digs in. Good looking young player. Strike 1. Nine pitches for Morton in the first inning. That was his 10th here in the second.
You know, back in May, I had a chance to talk to Rick Kranitz, Braves pitching coach, and about Charlie. He said, look, if there was any other pitcher, I'd be really worried right now. But he said for him, he's shown the ability here to, as he gets going in the season, to really find that pitch that you just saw. And he said when that gets going, everything else kind of takes care of itself.
His track record speaks for itself, right?
Yes.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Outfield shades Pena toward right. And that's kind of how his curveball was in his first 5-6 starts. It was nowhere near the plate. Whether it was grip, whether it was the new ball.
And then when he would try to make adjustment, it kind of backed up, right? Spun right over the middle part of the plate.
Knock on wood, Charlie's found the answer. And he strikes out Pena. Second strikeout. Second 1-2-3 inning. Braves enjoy a 2-0 lead going for the sweep at home. Charlie Morton now 155 strikeouts this year. Heading to the home second, Michael Harris will lead off. He is our Georgia Natural Gas impact player. And Jeff, it's hard to say there's been a man who's had a bigger impact on the Braves than this kid's ascension from Double-A.
Think about last night, 3-1. He hits the big double to drive in the run, get to second before Grossman drove him in. He has been outstanding. 16 runs scored in August. His 4th most in NL. He's 6 for 11 with runners in scoring position this month.
And his ability to hit in pressure-packed situations late in the game for being the youngest guy in the major leagues, amazing.
He doesn't mind going the other way. That's so big at that age, at 21.
So Harris continuing his impressive Rookie of the Year candidacy in the National League. 15 for 15 in steals. 287 average, 12 homers, 41 RBIs, and playing flawlessly in center. As that one rattles around the camera well beyond the Astros dugout.
You almost got Josh down there. He's quick.
Longtime security guard here at Truist Park and Turner Field.
Yep.
Great Josh Garner. And tapped foul and out of play. Still 0-2. Today Michael's playing in his 76th big league game. He's got 49 runs scored. That's in the top 5 on the team.
Yeah.
He's been here half the year. The pitch. He has rolled fouls. Still no balls, 2 strikes. Keep you up to date on a couple of games in the majors and minors today. First of all, in the minor leagues, Mike Soroka will make his second rehab start and his first with Gwinnett today. And more importantly, in the divisional race, the Mets are in Philadelphia, wrapping up their series. And a swing and a miss. A changeup fooled Michael Harris. And there is out number one here in the second inning. Big crowd, as you'd expect, for the rematch of the World Series last year. It's been a beautifully attended homestand for the Braves, and you'll see the packed house on our Xfinity live look cam here in the second inning. Marcell Ozuna, the hitter, making his first start since August 14th down in Miami. He had a couple of hits in that game. Way out in front of a slider for an even count. It has been a struggle on the field for Ozuna. .214 average. He has 20 home runs, 46 driven in.
Again, you can see that front slide flying open. That's when he gets into issues, when that tries to go pole. You can see him just sliders away.
And here comes another one, you'd figure. And just missed. Ozuna, 5 hits in his last 40 trips to the plate. They play him to pull. Two outs, and Robbie Grossman's coming up. Robbie Grossman has found the magic from this side of the plate. Since putting on a Braves uniform, overall Grossman 2 homers, 6 RBIs, a .257 average. For the year, he's batting .211.
That's the thing, though. He's done all his damage from this side of the plate since he's come over.
And he jumps on the first pitch, skies it into shallow center. Myers on the run is going to get there. And that will retire the side. We go to the third. Braves have an early 2-0 lead.
Sunday, presented by your local Hyundai dealers.
It's Hyundai Sunday here at Truist Park, where the Braves lead the Astros 2-0. In between innings, they had a very nice video tribute on the center field Braves Vision scoreboard, honoring Noonan's own Will Smith, forever a Braves legend. They showed the final out of the World Series, and Will got a nice standing ovation and came out and tipped his cap, not just to the fans here, but Brian Snitker in the dugout on the first base side here.
That was so great. I always say, though, it's so funny, especially just the team, because you walk out and you're like, yeah, we beat you for the World Series last year, and now I'm with you. But again, 7 for 7 in the postseason last year, and a big part of that championship. And good to see them appreciate that.
Yeah, and we wish Will well the rest of the way. After today's play, as Chas McCormick leads off and takes a strike. 6 up, 6 down for Charlie Morton very efficiently. McCormick, Jake Myers, and Maldonado coming up. Good news in Philadelphia. The Phillies have jumped in front of the Mets 4-0.
This was supposed to be I think what Taiwan Walker start, so they've thrown a couple rookies the last couple days.
Yeah, the lesson there is Scherzer and DeGrom can't pitch every day.
No.
And with Carrasco and Walker hurting, Walker was scratched with a bad back. The Phillies trying to take advantage and do good work in that series. If that score holds and this one holds, we'll hit the road 2 games behind the Mets, who have the Yankees next. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a soft shot into right field for a base hit by McCormick. And that's the first Astros base runner. That was an 87-mile-an-hour changeup. It left the bat at 64.
I mean, that thing barely got to the grass when it landed. Think about the Yankees, too. They've been scuffling. They got to be thinking, how did we get 2 games with them and we draw Scherzer and DeGrom?
Hang with them,
Stay
pal.
hot.
Yep. Here's Jake Myers. Myers 1 for 4 with a ribby in the series. And a little low for the Astros center fielder. Houston today wrapping up their first losing road trip of the 2022 season. They're home next with Minnesota and Baltimore. We go to Pittsburgh and St. Louis for our lone visits to those 2 great river cities. Myers, the 8th place hitter on the Astros lineup card. And another curveball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's the hard thing, too, as a hitter. When you do recognize a curveball like that, maybe a hittable one, sometimes you get in such a protect mode of that that you can't even put your A swing on it, and then you're late on it, you foul it off.
Dusty Baker, I think, is a Hall of Fame manager. Searching for that elusive first World Series title. He's done an excellent job with this Astros franchise, which has been through a lot, much of it self-inflicted. They've got a good team in Houston. Pitch. And fouled back by Myers. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I always say it was the perfect hire when everything they were going through, because a guy like Dusty can handle the shots. He's not afraid to take it. He's been there, done that. Like you said, pretty much done everything in baseball you can possibly do, but has not been able to get that World Series.
He's been close a couple of times. And last year it was the Braves who took home the trophy in 6 glorious games. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Myers down on a curveball. And that's strikeout number 3 for Charlie Morton. And Maldonado is coming up.
That's one where Myers, you recognize it. You could tell he saw it, just never got there. He was out in front of it.
Martin Maldonado is 7 for 13 in his career against Charlie Morton.
Little things that just don't make sense, right?
But he's blessed with catcher's speed. You get a ground ball, you might get 2. Strike 1. Just joining us, the Braves lead on a Matt Olson 2-out 2-run homer in the first inning. Charlie Morton has set down 7 of the first 8 Houston hitters. Chas McCormick with a soft single stands at first with 1 out. And Charlie now ahead, 0-2. Last 11 games for the Braves right-hander, he's pitched to a 2.61 ERA. He's 2-2 in those 11 games individually. The Braves are 13-10 when Charlie starts. And outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So those numbers I gave you, for those of you who discount wins by a pitcher, he's pitching great. Despite a 2-2 mark, 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the Houston third.
Almost got him to go.
Runner goes, swing and a miss. Darno's throw is high, and a good leaping grab by Grissom. And McCormick has his second steal. Maldonado is down on strikes, and Dubon is up. He flat out on the first pitch of the game.
Another great curveball here. See, that's what I'm saying. He's got the ability. The one he struck out Myers with was kind of more 12-6. That one kind of swept across the plate on Maldonado. And now 4 strikeouts for Charlie first time through.
So again, Mauricio, and turn things over to Acuna and company in the home third. Runner at second, 2 outs. Clint Vondrak is the home plate umpire. I misspoke earlier and said it was Jansen Visconti. They had an umpiring switch last night, so a new rotation today. So it's Clint Vondrak calling balls and strikes here in game 3. He's going to watch 2 starters with real good command work in the series wrap up.
I was going to say, I can imagine if you're behind the plate, you got to love having a game like this where for the most part both pitchers are hunting strikes.
Dubon began the year with the San Francisco Giants. Tough man to strike out, just 17 of them. And a line drive into center field. That's in for a hit. Harris charges, got a great jump. Late stop sign thrown up. And as the throw goes through to the plate, Dubon never stopped running. He'll take second. And he'll stand there with a 2-out base hit. So for the moment, the Braves cut off the first run. The long throw, though, puts runners second and third with 2 outs.
It's kind of one of those things for Michael Harris. Your strong arm got you to have Gary Pettis stop the runner at third, but if you could have kept that down where Matt Olson could have caught it, you would have had an easy out. We talk about it between Matt when Michael Harris is in center and Ronald in right. I mean, that is 2 phenomenal arms. Gary Pettis, third base coach for the Astros, has been around a long time. He knows guys he can run on and guys he can't.
And he knows he's got a good hitter in Gurriel coming up. Gurriel struck out his first time up and takes a nasty curveball. Strike 1. Charlie's work with runners in scoring position has gotten better as the season has gone on.
Gurriel's one of those tough outs because he's a good bad ball hitter. You know, so he's got holes in his swings and you can get there at the same time. You can make a pitch that you really love as a pitcher and he can knock it to the outfield.
And that's so much of Charlie's game, right? He gets chases when he's on. Yordan Alvarez waits on deck. Don't want to face him. He's a 30 home run man. So bookend singles with a couple of strikeouts in the middle for Morton here in the third inning. Gurriel is right on top of that plate too. Three and one. I would assume, Jeff, that takes away a couple of things, or tries to, from Charlie, right?
Well, you can see those are two sinkers Charlie's trying to go, and because of sometimes how far you up on the plate, I don't want to say scared's the right word, but sometimes you're a little gun shy to really let it go, and you can see he pulled both those.
So the bases are loaded with 2 outs, and Morton will have to face Alvarez, who smoked a ball down the first base line that Matt Olson was able to spear. So the first and best chance for the Astros comes here in the third inning with Alvarez, a 77 RBI man with 31 homers.
Yeah, Matt made a heck of a play in that first inning.
Alvarez, a first-time All-Star for the Houston Astros. Big spot in the game, protecting a 2-0 lead, and the first pitch is whacked into center field, base hit. And that's going to tie the game. Yordan Alvarez with a single up the middle. And the Astros, with some 2-out lightning, make it 2-2 here in the third inning.
He said he's kind of our version of Austin Riley, can hit for average and power, and here he just gets the first pitch over the middle. Such a sweet swing. This time Michael smart, Devon running, knowing he had no chance. Kept Gurriel at second.
So Rick Kranitz to the mound, his first visit with Charlie Morton on the day. All of this trouble came very quickly after 2 outs. Dubon single, Gurriel a walk, and now Alvarez ties the game. Alex Bregman will be the next Houston hitter. Before he comes up, we'll step aside for a quick word from Zaxby's.
Try Zaxby's Chicken Finger Plate with Tongue Torch, Zax Sauce, or any of our sauces.
Bregman's another man that's been on a nice roll for Houston. He's knocked in 16 runs in his last 12 games played.
He had kind of a rough first half for what he's accustomed to. But hitting the ball much better now in the second half.
As you mentioned, the Astros came to town sky high after scoring 21 runs against the White Sox. Bregman had a hand in that. 2 homers, 6 RBIs, 12 total bases in 1 game.
It's a pretty good game.
Pretty good game. The Braves, however, have allowed Bregman just 2 hits so far in this series. Runners first and second, 2 out, 2 in. And no chase. Bregman's another Astro that is tough to strike out. More walks than punch-outs. But Charlie has him set up.
He does a good job putting the ball in play too, kind of like Dansby. 351 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position for Bregman. can make a pitch here.
One ball, two strikes. Long inning for Morton. High fly ball toward left. Ozuna is over to the warning track, and he's got room, and that will retire the side. Houston with 2 runs with 2 outs. New life in game 3. 2-2 is your score. Third inning, Ronald Acuna Jr. will get things started. Let's go inside the numbers, Jeff. That's brought to you by Hyundai. You mentioned how hot the Braves have been. Here's why.
They have an 840 OPS over the last 12 games, second in all of baseball behind the Cardinals. They got the best record since August 9th. Braves pitchers, no surprise, lead MLB in strikeouts over the last 12 games. To do that, 11-1 sounds pretty darn good.
Swing on the first pitch by Ronald. That's into left center field. So the Braves come right back, trying to answer the Astros 2-run rally. Acuna's 3rd hit of the series. He loves hitting the first pitch. Urquidy's around the zone a lot. That paid off.
Well, Urquidy just flipped up a curveball first pitch, and you can see Ronald recognized it. Lines it in the left center. I was going to say, when Bregman hit that ball to end the inning, thank God it was here and not at the Crawford boxes in Houston. It's a 3-run homer in Houston.
Might have been on the train tracks. In left field down in Houston. Dansby a hit and a run scored. He came in on Olson's first inning home run. Can't say enough about how impressed we are with what the Braves have done this month. Remember, the month of August began with that series against the Phillies, 2 games. Then you go to New York, Boston, Miami, home New York. Now with the Astros. We said it at the time, this was the real difficult part of the Braves schedule. And Jeff, Atlanta's gone 13-6 in this stretch.
And out of that, 4 out of the 5 was that one weekend in New York,
where they lost the series to the Mets up at Citi Field. This team is really taking care of its business, beating the good teams, beating the lesser teams, and putting pressure on the Mets as we start play today. 3 games out of first place. Remember, this was a team that was 10.5 out at one point. So we've got a pennant race with 6 weeks to go. Pitch, swing and a miss, 2-2.
Now, the way Dansby's been swinging the bat, I would not be shocked to see Ronald take off here 3-2 and put the runner in motion.
Inviting target on the right side of the infield for the Braves shortstop. Ronald is running. Pitch is popped up. They tried to fake out Acuna, but Myers comes in shallow center and makes the play. And there is out number 1. And Austin Riley is your batter. Austin struck out in the Braves first. He is our Zaxby's indescribably good player.
In the last 50 contests, he's got the most hits in the NL. Takes you back to June 25th. He also leads MLB with 34 extra base hits in that time frame. Next closest, Aaron Judge with 28.
.31 homers, 78 knocked in for Austin Riley.
One thing too, you look up and you see 31 home runs. How many of those, you know, I don't want to say they all count, but how much are big moments? That's saying Riley's had 11 home runs, Chip, with the game tied. Been able to put you back in the lead, tied for second in all of baseball. Clutch.
Riley hitting .266 with runners in scoring position, .246 with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. So you're right, big moments have not fazed the Braves' big third baseman. That ball's crushed to left but foul. It's a 1-2 count. Huge crowds in Atlanta this weekend. We'll have big crowds in St. Louis, where we head on a road trip after a stop in Pittsburgh first. Matchup of 2 potential MVP candidates. Riley for us, Paul Goldschmidt for the Cardinals. Here it's 2-2, the pitch. Austin fought that off foul. We said it's been a while since the Braves have seen the Astros, much less swept them in a 3-game series. Braves took 3 from Houston back in 2010. We'll start seeing these guys every year starting next year, which is great. With the new schedule at hand, the pitch. 2-2. And so what was a great rivalry in the old National League West between the Braves and Astros years and years ago, appearing together in the World Series last year, has rekindled that. Good fight here. And Riley will see a 7th pitch. Saw this last night. Spencer Strider had a little trouble keeping his pitching hand dry. It is a muggy, cloudy day here in Atlanta. Astros used to pitching in air-conditioned comfort at home. The pitch driven to right, but Tucker will retreat to within a step of the wall, and Austin Riley is retired for out number 2. Well, this was where Matt Olson shined earlier today. Let's see if lightning strikes twice.
And he got a changeup out front from Urquidy and lifted it over the bullpen into the stands. Funny too, because we were talking about his little base hit we were showing from last night, the double that he check swing. That one was no cheapie.
I say his last 2 hits combined 480 feet.
Exactly.
But both very productive. So let's think along with Matt. You just mentioned he got a changeup and he creamed it. Will he see a changeup, or would you look for one?
No, I think Urquidy's got a good changeup. He hung it. You know, if you throw a good one, you have the ability to get someone out. That's what he threw Dansby 3-2, got him out front. Can't shy away from it. Just got a better location.
That's had a terrific year. 26 home runs, 83 RBIs. Ronald's running. The pitch is a ball. The throw to second is in time. Acuna was out on the first tag. So Maldonado's throw right on the money to nail Ronald Acuna Jr.'s had a tough homestand on the base paths. The Braves might take a look at this just to be sure, but apparently they will not. Acuna's thrown out. Olsen will get a new set of strikes when we get to the 4th inning. It's Atlanta 2, Houston 2 in Game 3. Excuse me, very happy birthday for those youngsters.
Let's get her a win for her birthday.
Sounds like a plan. As Kyle Tucker leads off. He grounded out his first time up. Charlie broke his bat. Tucker, a 13-game hitting streak, which is on the line today. 1 ball, no strikes. Kyle's brother Preston was a brave, good dude. Came up with some big hits.
Yeah.
In his brief time in Atlanta. Tucker kind of out of the Will Myers school. No gloves.
No BG, yeah.
Rub some dirt on it and get to work. He's got happy feet in that batter's box.
Kind of reminds me of Arenado, you know, he's always moving his feet around.
Charlie needed 30 pitches to get out of the 3rd inning. His 3rd of this frame is rolled over foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tucker, Pena, and McCormick are due for Dusty Baker's Astros here in the 4th inning.
Good try. Trying to hit on that outside corner.
Swing and a miss. Good curveball from Morton earns him strikeout number 5.
Big first out too with good hitter and Tucker. Boy, look at the movement. That thing started on the white line away, and by the time it got to d'Arnaud, it was on the inside corner, if not in off the plate.
That broke at least 16 inches. You can understand why Tucker missed it. Here's Pena. He whiffed in the Houston 2nd.
Changeup.
The 0-2 pitch. Pena's home run came off Spencer Strider last night. It was the old adage, the pitcher will provide the power.
Yeah.
He just got to the spot and it crept over the wall in right. This young man's hit 16 home runs following Carlos Correa in Houston at the shortstop spot. A swing and a miss. 8 swings and misses out of 14 swings, Jeff, at the Morton curveball for Houston today.
Wow, now 6 strikeouts. Another one. Look at that. That ball is way off the plate and getting a swing and miss on that pitch. That right there just goes to show you where a hitter's mindset is when he's up there. He's in protect mode to swing at a pitch like that.
Well, McCormick, the hitter, he got the Houston rally started with a 64-mile-an-hour hit that barely reached the grass in right field.
And you can see McCormick, his stance. He's got one of the more closed stance in baseball. He's looking for that ball out over the plate that he can drive that way. He's got a shoulder turn.
McCormick getting a lot of playing time. The Astros without Michael Brantley, a big loss for them. Shoulder surgery will sideline him for the season. And the 1-1 pitch.
Good pitch.
That's what Dusty Baker told me about Brantley, the heart and soul of their team, a real glue guy. Hasn't affected him, though. The best record in the American League at 77-45 on the year. Two balls, one strike. Two-out walk was harmful for Morton last inning. Don't want another one of those here. Center cut fastball and fouled back. Almost hit him on the way by. Either way, he'd reach. It's ball 4, so the second walk in as many innings. Jake Myers, the hitter. First, though, a quick word from Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
Myers struck out in his first and only trip to the plate today. Morton has 6 of them. As he stretches here in the 4th. And a strike. Little tapper will spin foul. And Charlie's a strike away from turning things over to Matt Olson for the Braves in a 2-2 game.
Yeah, 2 good curveballs to Myers.
Myers coming back from left shoulder surgery that delayed the start of his season. He is 2 for 10 for Houston on the road trip and is behind in the count 0-2 here. Swing and a miss. Another explosive breaking ball. Wow, indeed. Charlie Morton strikes out the side. He has 7 punch-outs. He's also got a 2-2 game in the series finale in Atlanta. For the Phillies, and he hits a 3-run home run early. The Phillies at one point led 4-0. At last check, the Mets have come back with 3 to make that one a 1-run game at Citizens Bank Park. They move to the top of the 3rd. There are your standings. If the Braves can win today and the Phillies can win, we'd be 2 back heading on to Pittsburgh for a series with the Pirates tomorrow.
Come on, Phils. Let's go. Right?
You know, Brian Snitker's thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah.
New set of strikes for Matt Olson. Remember, he was in the batter's box when Acuna was thrown out trying to steal second base, which ended the Atlanta 3rd. Olson, d'Arnaud, and Vaughn Grissom versus Jose Urquidy, pride of Mazatlan, Mexico. The Astros will concede the third base line if Matt shoots one that way.
But not the check swing to the shortstop. They got that covered.
They took that away. There's that tie. 3 balls and a strike.
That's one thing. Matt knows all these pitchers really well, being in Oakland, playing them 18 times a year.
See what he gets to hit here. He takes ball 4. Not a surprise. Olson has more walks than any other Atlanta hitter. And that's the potential go-ahead run for Atlanta. Travis d'Arnaud is up. He walked his first time up.
Well, he asked me last time up if that changeup, if that can be Urquidy's best pitch. He did shy away from it that time. Tried to go fastballs up, off-speed breaking pitches.
Another cool note about Travis d'Arnaud's pinch hit game-winning hit last night. Do you know when the Braves' last walk-off pinch hit game-winning hit was before Travis?
Man, what year?
Last year.
Oh, I do not. I would say maybe Max Reid.
That's the one. On the ground off the slope of the mound. Second base for 1 and a return to first in time for a double play. That wasn't easy. Dubon, a nice recovery. And Pena with a strike to erase the Braves here in the 4th.
I got to come clean. The only reason I knew that is because Gretchen Caney, our great producer, told me in my ear.
Oh.
But I remember it now.
I know, but you do so much homework. I thought for sure you'd have that at the tip of your tongue. But
I didn't have that one.
You had to get a little help on that one. 2 outs. Here's Grissom. Grissom struck out his first time up.
On a lot of other teams, look, they have the platoon splits. This Braves team, though, for the most part, Chip, the one thing you love about it, you kind of throw that same lineup out there for the most part every night, at least same guys.
Bouncing ball. That is a fair ball. No chance for Bregman. That'll ricochet off the side fence. Grissom on his way to second with long strides. He's got a stand-up double with 2 outs.
Right down the line. Good job. It's kind of the same pitch he hit for the home run last night. This time got on top of it a little bit, but shot it right over the third base bag. I got a chance. That's one of the young kids coming through. See if the other one can drive him in.
Yeah, it's a 7th
Get the lead
inning.
back.
Pretend it's a 7th inning, Michael,
Yeah.
right? The Braves threatened to take the lead back. We got him right where we want him. Runner in scoring position, 2 outs. Change up and a curveball back to back. It's 0-2. Michael trying to extend a 4-game hitting streak here.
Start to see some of these teams go a lot more off speed to Michael. It's tough to get a fastball by him consistently.
Urquidy working quickly. The pitch. And that one is cut on and missed in the dirt. Maldonado will make the peg to first, and the Braves are out of luck in the fourth. 2-2 game in game 3. Atlanta, great game. 2-2 Braves and Astros in the finale of this 3-game series. Atlanta's pitching has been awesome of late. Let's check that out, Jeff. Our Febreze fresh stats.
Yes, they have. Started a lot. 2 earned run or fewer in 10 of the last 11. With bullpen the Braves got. That's a recipe for success. And then only Cardinals have a better ERA in the NL since August 10th.
Well, is that shaping up to be a great series next weekend in St. Louis?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. The way they're playing, and they're starting to run off with that Central.
Martin Maldonado, the 9th place hitter, is up for Houston. Charlie Buckland with another excellent breaking ball. I firmly believe, Jeff, he could throw his curveball every pitch and would have a reasonable chance of winning the game.
His arm might fall off.
True. We don't want that.
No.
But man, has that pitch been good. Another one, and had him out front. 0-2. I mean, look, Charlie's been around a long time in the major leagues. There are no secrets as to what he's trying to do, but that tells you how good his stuff is when the hitters know it's coming and they do very little against it. The Astros have 2 runs on 3 hits. All the runs came in the 3rd inning. Heated him up with a fastball. Vintage Charlie Morton, who has 8 strikeouts, and the last 4 outs have come via the punch out.
Boy, that's 35 strikeouts now in his last 4 starts. That's the other thing. When you can throw that curveball and then throw that fastball in that spot, kind of starts off in the same. One's going up, the other one's obviously dropping.
Back to the top, and Dubon, who scored the 2nd Houston run. He's 1 for 2 today. Popped him up on a 2-0 count. Grissom goes out, and Harris is there to call him off. 2 quick outs here in the top of our 5th inning. Fans, today's A-list member of the game is TJ Boyle of Smyrna. TJ's been a member since last year. His favorite A-list perks are using the exchange program to bring family and friends to the games and having postseason priority access. Congratulations to TJ Boyle, today's A-list member of the game. Here's Gurriel. Key walk for him in the 3rd inning. Speaking of the playoffs, there's an interesting note in the Braves pregame media notes today. According to Fangraphs, the Braves improved their playoff odds by winning in extra innings last night, as that's rifled to right. Riel has his first hit. Here it is on August the 21st, and according to Fangraphs, Jeff, they say the Braves playoff odds are at 100%.
I kind of agree. Do you not?
No, it's not that. It's just that I've never seen it that early, right? Here we are. It's still mid-August. We've got 6-7 weeks baseball left. That's actually better than the Yankees, who are 99.9%.
They're going one way. We're going the other way.
Exactly right.
28 games above 500. I haven't even looked, but I would imagine what we're 12, 13 games up on that last playoff spot, somewhere in that neighborhood.
We'll have Hal check out the exact math on it, but a huge lead in the wild card as well, and 3 games behind the Mets. As Yordan Alvarez up, he's got a 2-run single. Came on the first pitch back in the 3rd inning.
But I will agree, I've never seen 100% when until it's like a lock. Usually it says 99.9.
Right. And so with this great play by the Braves, they're on pace for a 100-win season. Something that has happened 8 times in franchise history, most recently back in 2003. Braves have an 8.5 game lead over the Padres for the 2nd wild card at the moment. Excuse me, for the last wild card.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I misunderstood. Hal. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nasty pitch, another breaking ball. Phillies still lead the Mets 4-3, bottom 3. Here it's 2-2, top 5. Alvarez, the 3rd place hitter for Houston, behind in the count. Close play at first. Morton has struck out 8 Astros hitters. Make it 9. Alvarez frozen over the outside corner.
What a beauty.
21 strikeouts in the last 10 2/3 innings for Charlie Morton. He preserves a 2-2 tie. World Champion Braves baseball is brought to you by Truist. Packed house in Atlanta for 2 great teams. The Braves and Astros meeting for the final time in regular season. Glad to have Nick Green, Jeff Francoeur with us here at the ballpark as we wrap up what's been a very exciting homestand. Marcell Ozuna, Robbie Grossman, and Ronald Acuna Jr. are coming up against Jose Urquidy. Ozuna struck out his first time.
Last time Urquidy almost went all off speed to Ozuna.
Inside corner, a changeup.
Slider, slider change.
The 1-2. Popped up, foul ground, and into the seats.
Five off-speed pitches. See if he tries to sneak a fastball or goes right back to that slider away.
It was a fastball, and Ozuna stays alive. And he will see a seventh pitch. Braves scored first on a two-run homer from Matt Olson in the first inning. Braves have a total of 4 hits to this point. And another breaking ball, and strikeout number 6 starts the Atlanta fifth. MLB.TV is now $64.99. Watch all out-of-market regular season games live or on demand, plus MLB Big Inning. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Go to MLB.TV for the details. Robbie Grossman popped out his first time up.
He had that big hit last night to tie the game up in extra innings at 3. After Harris's big double.
Again to shallow center. Long run. Who wants it? Nice catch. Pena, look at the range he showed in the shift. He caught that ball 60 yards into left field. Great play.
McCormick was playing way deep in left field. Pena's showing you that athleticism. Again, he's the reason they let Correa walk. Felt like they had a guy that could come in and get the job done. Beautiful play.
So quickly, 2 outs for Acuna. Ronald singled and was thrown out trying to steal back in the third inning. So Acuna 1 for 2 game. Urquidy making his first start against the Braves in regular season play. He saw him a lot in the World Series last year. The pitch. 2.
I'm telling you, ever since that series in New York for Ronald, not only the hits have been coming, but the takes. We're not seeing him chase much at all. I would say the last 2 weeks, first time we've really probably seen him back to where he looks like Ronald.
3-0 pitch, and he popped it up. Who's going to catch this? It'll be Bregman behind the mound. And that sends us to inning number 6. Great duel, Morton and Urquidy in game 3.
We also need to talk about his defense. He's not a normal second baseman. He has had to learn that position, and he's done a great job. So I asked Ron Washington what his thoughts were about Vaughn on the defensive side, and he said he's been impressed with his ability to carry over the work from spring training, even though Wash has not been with him throughout the course of this year. And I asked Wash about Vaughn as far as how he's been able to do that, and he said, you know what, I asked him the same question, and he said, Wash, I have heard your voice constantly in my head all year long. Move your feet, get to the ball, finish the play. And I thought that was awesome. So he's done a great job defensively, and Wash is a huge reason for that.
Best in the business, Greeny. I think we'd all agree. The work that Wash has done with all of these infielders, and Grissom, one of 6 different second basemen who is paired with Dansby Swanson up the middle defensively for Atlanta because of the injury to Ozzie, who, by the way, will be going with us on the upcoming road trip as he's ramping up his baseball activities.
Good to see him in the dugout.
No question.
Have him around.
And not just the great work for Ron Washington, but how about the work of the Braves minor league staff at Mississippi?
Really the whole way through. I mean, these kids go to level and agree, Chip. They come up here, and think about it, almost every kid that's came up so far this year has contributed in a big way. Some have stuck, some haven't, but
even the ones that haven't stuck for a long period of time haven't looked overwhelmed.
No, just there wasn't a space at that time.
Right. And that's why the Braves are where they are. This franchise's amazing ability to draft, scout, draft, develop major league caliber players at every position. It's not just pitchers, it's position players too. And now that so many of those homegrown kids are locked up for this Atlanta franchise, man, oh man, is that manna from heaven. Pitch outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes for Bregman.
What Alex has done, he's made it easier on himself as far as putting a team together every year. There's only a few places you got to fill. You can spend money exactly where you want to spend it.
Don't want to walk Bregman, with Tucker, Pena, and McCormick lurking in the Houston 6th inning. Charlie's had a great game. 88 pitches, 9 strikeouts. He has scattered 4 hits. Only fitting we have a game like this, as good as the first 2 of this series have been. And he got a swing and a miss. 10 strikeouts for Charlie Morton. That is the old disappearing slider.
Well, and that's where you know it's coming. I mean, in the back of your mind, you got to believe you're probably getting that pitch. You know it's coming. You still one of the better hitters in the game. Chases it going off the outside part of the plate.
So it's the 4th time this year Morton has had 10 strikeouts in a game. It's the 24th time he's done it in his career. 24 out of 315 big league games started. So truly, we are seeing a special performance from Charlie Morton today. Here's Tucker. Wasn't getting to 2 strikes, and that ball mashed toward the left center field gap. Harris over quickly. Tucker, big turn, slams on the brakes, and Harris a great job to hold him to a long single.
Heck of a job to hold him. That ball split the gap. Tucker with good speed, but Harris got there in a good, strong 1-hop throw. Tucker, one of those left-handed hitters too, Chip, that's really good at going the other way.
I'm trying to think in my mind's eye who he reminds me of. It hasn't clicked yet. He's had a good series. Impressive player with 4 hits. Now Pena, who has whiffed twice. And a strike to the kid shortstop.
And, you know, Charlie's doing this against the Astros offense. If they don't strike out much, they put the ball in play a lot of the time.
Astros are 3rd in runs, 2nd in homers in the American League. Strider was awesome last night. Charlie Morton doing a great job today. Kyle Wright, 2 runs in 6 innings in the series opener on Friday. His pitching has been outstanding during this run of 11 wins and 12 games played on the homestand. A sub-3 ERA for the Brave staff. Tyler Matzik getting up. Morton now in the low 90s with his pitch count. 107 is his high. Swing and a miss.
I'm guessing if you're Brian Snitker, you'd love to see him get through this 6th inning, and then again you can set up the bullpen kind of how you want it today.
And in the home sixth, the Braves will have their 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up for their third look at Jose Urquidy. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Pena. Figure the slider's coming. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Throw to second is going to be in time. Strike him out. Throw him out. Tucker's going to stand at second, and the Astros are going to take a look. Did the throw beat him, and did he overslide the bag?
Take a look. He kept his foot on at the end, so this is going to be.
Houston is challenging the out call at second base.
So he looks safe with the hand. The tag still on the body. Was the hand off the base while that foot was airborne for that split second, and is he touching there? And so they teach the infielders, keep the tag on and maybe a slight little push too. I agree with you. I think he beat it on the throw, but did he overslide? And I think that foot was up and over the bag when Grissom applied, and certainly it looked like he was out there. As it stands, Pena strikes out. That's number 11. The only question is, will the inning end on the tag play at second?
Another nasty curveball from Charlie, though, on the strikeout.
The Braves haven't left the field, which tells you they think that this call is going to be overturned.
He definitely didn't come off the bag, so if the call is going to be the first part of it.
Well, that they're taking so long to look at it often means there might be something that overturns the call. And remember, he was called out on that play, so there has to be clear and convincing evidence to change the call at second base. What you hate here too is that Morton's in a nice rhythm. He's got to just stand and play catch while review takes place. And it looks like the verdict is about to be announced.
After review, the call is overturned. The runner is safe. Houston retains their challenge.
So Tucker with his 19th stolen base.
Because he just gets ahead of him.
I mean, the only question was, did he overslide the bag?
And see, when his hand finally came up, see his hand's still on, that's when his foot came on. So
now you got to buckle down and get McCormick, who's been a tough out. He has singled, stolen a base, he has scored and walked. So Morton with 11 strikeouts in the game. The Astros have the go-ahead run in scoring position with 2 outs. Charlie's breaking ball against the Mets was virtually unhittable. It's been virtually the same today against the Astros.
go 2 double digits back to back on the Mets and Astros, 2 teams that can put the ball in play.
One ball, 1 strike for Chas McCormick. Little number back to the mound. Make a good throw. Inning is over. What a game for Charlie Morton. 11 strikeouts through 6 innings.
Buy the GMC Sierra heavy-duty truck and by Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Unbeatable internet, only from Xfinity.
Matt Olson and Charlie Morton, the story for the Braves in Game 3. Morton with 11 strikeouts over 6 innings, Jeff. 13 swings and misses on the 44 curveballs he threw today.
He was outstanding, and you'd love here to try to get him a run. See if you can get that lead. Right part of the lineup up.
Starting with Dansby Swanson, who has singled in one of his 2 trips today. Braves are starting their 3rd trip through the lineup against the Astros. Jose Urquidy. He's an 11-game winner himself. Driven toward right, but right at Tucker. Good idea.
Yep.
But an atom ball for out number 1. Here's Riley. Urquidy has set down 5 straight after Vaughn Grissom's 2-out double in the 4th inning. Let's see what Riley can do. Austin has struck out and lined out. Winds picked up just a bit here as the skies begin to clear here at Truist Park. It is blowing ever so gently toward the left field corner.
We've gotten lucky with the weather this weekend. It's ended up being a really nice weekend to play.
Popped up. And Bregman in foul ground. Won't have any trouble with that for out number 2. It is a beautiful Sunday. In fact, it's a Hyundai Sunday. The Astros and Braves from Truist Park. We wrap up our season series with Houston today. Atlanta's already won the series with wins on Friday and Saturday nights. We join you again from Atlanta on August the 30th when we'll welcome the Colorado Rockies to town. A 2-team homestand, Colorado and Miami, before we make our last West Coast trip.
That was a good day. A home run and a walk.
All even here in Atlanta in the 6th. The Mets and Phillies are all even in the 4th. 4-4 at Citizens Bank Park. See if Olson can break the tie here. The pitch. Smoked and hit to Pena at short. It was in the shift. And that will retire the side. On we go to the 7th. What a game. 2-2. Two, Braves 2. And fans, get your phones ready to scan the Coors Light check into chill QR code. That is coming up soon, as Tyler Matzik will follow Charlie Morton, who was brilliant in his 6 innings today. 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 11 strikeouts.
Charlie was outstanding, and now you're seeing Tyler Matzik come on, who's really, since he's come back from the IL trip, has been outstanding. His fastball's got a lot more life to it. Hopefully he can sit him down and get that offense back out there.
4 straight scoreless appearances for Tyler Matzik against the Red Sox, Marlins, and the Mets. So Matzik seeing his first action of this series against Houston. He'll be greeted by Jake Myers. He's the 8th place hitter. Maldonado 9th, and then Mauricio Dubon also scheduled. Myers has struck out twice. That came against Charlie Morton. Another sellout crowd in Atlanta. 32nd sellout of the year today. 32nd out of 66 home dates. And with this crowd of 42,531, the Braves officially well over 2.5 million in home attendance.
On pace to try to get that 3 million mark. Should be great.
Only the Dodgers have drawn more than the Braves this year. And we will see you next week when Colorado's in town. 1 ball, 1 strike. Looper towards second. Grissom can't get it, and Jake Myers a soft hit. So Braves fans, here's your chance. Take out your phone, scan the QR code on your screen for a shot at checking into chill. Coors Light is pricing out the ultimate Braves experience by treating you and a guest to a Coors Light decorated hotel room located in the Battery Atlanta and tickets to a game.
Yeah, make sure you get on and do that. I've partnered with Miller Coors for 4 years. Outstanding people. See the Coors Light below the chop down there. They do a lot of great stuff. We get a sweep here today. Silver bullets for the whole crew.
Martin Maldonado, the hitter, he has struck out twice.
We're also going to be doing a bleacher game coming up, Chip, out there in the Coors Light.
That's right.
Pavilion. Going to do one more this year. It's going to be a blast.
You figured out who you're playing catch with?
Yeah, I'm going to see if Michael Harris wants to play catch.
That'd be fun.
Maybe lengthen out the arm this time a little bit.
Just don't fall, please. No balls in a strike. As the peg to first keeps Myers close. He's only tried 1 stolen base attempt.
I don't know if I fall in the field, is security going to come just barrel roll me out there?
Josh Garner, who we showed earlier in the game,
come after.
would live for that chance. Now, the bleacher game's a lot of fun. Looking forward to that when Colorado is here. As Matzek ready with his 0-1 pitch in a 2-2 game. In the air to center. And Michael got a good read on that. No trouble. There's the first out. Back to the top. And Dubon. Remember, Altuve didn't start. Mancini didn't start. Vasquez didn't start. That's 3 big weapons that Dusty Baker can employ in the late innings if he so chooses here in game 3.
It's funny, though, you know, getting Vasquez, they still catch Maldonado quite a bit, too. Obviously, we talked about it. Maldonado's probably maybe one of the best 2 defensive catchers in all of baseball. But yeah, gave Altuve the day off. Got to imagine those guys are available if the right situation presents itself.
And hopefully it won't.
Yeah, right.
As Dubon bats with a double play in order. He's singled and scored today. If you're a big league catcher and you get traded to a new team at the deadline, that's got to be one of the most difficult jobs in the world, to learn a new staff on the fly. And that's what makes what the Braves did last year so remarkable. What, they used 7 catchers last season?
Yeah.
Just remarkable work by the backstops and pitching staff, the coaching staff, to get them prepared and ready to go. This year it's been d'Arnaud and Contreras for the most part. Let's not forget Manny Pena. He was originally brought in to back up d'Arnaud, but had to undergo wrist surgery. I hope he'll be 100% by spring training. No balls, 2 strikes. Good news in Philadelphia. The Phillies have reclaimed the lead. It's 7-4.
There you go.
In the bottom of the 4th inning.
Maybe all they needed was my pep talk, huh?
Yeah. I'd pay money to hear that, to be honest with you. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Matzek readies with his 9th pitch. This one is popped up toward right. Grossman is underneath, and another soft fly ball takes care of Dubon. 2 outs, runner aboard. And we invite you to stick around for the stretch. That's presented by Georgia Natural Gas. Kelly Kroll, Peter Moylan, Brian Jordan will break down what's been a great homestand for the Braves. Atlanta with a win today, Jeff, could really make inroads toward repeating as division champs. That's coming up hopefully after Yuri Gurriel is retired. He's reached base twice, last time with a hit in the 5th inning. That one bounces away from d'Arnaud. He can't find it. Olsen has to come over and hustle to the warning track and pick it up.
Man, that thing got away far.
That was like a golf ball hitting a cart path.
Look at this. He's got that side spin on it and then it just went way. Good job by Matt Olson recognizing that. Getting over the dugout quick.
So it's a wild pitch, and the harm of that is if Gurriel singles, Houston might take the lead. Game's this close. One pitch can make a big difference. See if Matzik can work out of this jam. 1 ball, no strikes.
And I know you might be sitting there saying, well, you got a lefty on deck and Alvarez, first base open. This is still the guy you want to get. He can expand the zone on Gurriel.
Two balls and a strike. He's back in the count, 2-2. After the stretch, d'Arnaud, Grissom, Harris are due for the Braves. Matzik needs 1 more strike.
Love to see Matzik climb the ladder on him right here with a good fastball up.
We know he knows how to do that. Crowd cheering him on with the 2-2 pitch. High fly ball toward left. Ozuna is there, and Matzik takes care of the Astros in the 7th inning. Morton and Matzik pitching brilliantly in game 3. We are tied 2 apiece as we wrap up what's been a great homestand. The Braves so far are 5-1 against the Mets and the Astros, and are trying to sweep Houston in a 3-game set for the first time since 2010. d'Arnaud, Grissom, and Harris will be coming up, but first things first, Timothy Miller, the singing voice of the Atlanta Braves at Truist Park, will make his way to the center of the diamond and entertain with a stirring rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Stretch is brought to you by Georgia Natural Gas. Live the greener life.
We welcome you into The Stretch, presented by Georgia Natural Gas. Another close ball game between these two. You wouldn't expect anything less. One that will come down to the final innings once again. But the Braves have a chance, if they finish off the sweep this afternoon, to go 6-1 on this homestand, gentlemen, against both the Mets and the Astros. We knew it was going to be a tall task, but Peter, what kind of statement do you think this makes in what could have been a very pivotal homestand?
It sends a message to everybody in the NL East, in the MLB, across all of baseball, that the Braves are for real. A lot of people were hoping that there was going to be a World Series hangover of some sort. Maybe there was a little bit early on, but they've certainly found their strides, and they've done it against teams that we're supposed to do it against. The Mets are our #1 competition, and the Astros are probably the best team in the AL, BJ.
Look, after this road trip, losing 4 out of 5 to the Mets, they had a 7-4 road trip after that. And then, most important homestand of the year, facing the Mets and then the Astros. And boy, did this Braves team step up to the challenge, both pitching, offense, getting it done. 5-1 record during this homestand. Look at the differential in runs, 21 with a 2.57 ERA. The Braves are getting it done at the right time.
11 walks to 73 strikeouts. You like that, Peter. I know you do. I know you do. Well, a chance to sweep here this afternoon, tied at 2 as we head to the bottom half, and we will get you right back to Braves baseball after a quick word from our friends at Georgia Natural Gas.
Ready to play ball with a new gas company? Georgia Natural Gas knocks it out of the park with simple service and great rates. And when it comes to helping the environment, GNG's Greener Life program makes it as easy as paying your gas bill. Sign up with a home team today at gng.com.
Kelly, Peter, BJ, nice job with the stretch. Let's see if Atlanta can get the go-ahead run across here in the home 7th. Right guys are coming up. d'Arnaud, Grissom, and Harris. d'Arnaud has walked. Grissom has doubled. Harris has struck out twice, but you know how good he is in late inning situations. So
it's the right inning, right?
Third
it's
time
the 7th
the
inning.
order. Here we go.
Urquidy had a quick 6th inning, so he's able to come back out for this 7th inning.
He is trying to finish with a flourish. He has retired the last 7 Braves. 90 pitches. No shift for Travis d'Arnaud to speak of, with nobody on or out. And on the ground, Pena surrounds that. Throw on the money for out number 1. Here's Vaughn Grissom, the last Brave, with a hit in the game. It was a 2-out double down the left field line in the 4th inning. Three doubles, 2 homers for Grissom on the year. Excuse me, yeah, 3 doubles, 3 homers for Grissom on the year. And has been on base now in 11 of 12 games.
Scored a whole bunch of runs, too.
This is Vaughn's 12th game. He scored 12 runs. Like that pace, don't you?
I'll take it.
And with the changes to the bottom of the lineup for Atlanta today, with Ozuna getting a start and Grossman out there, allowing Acuna to DH. Eddie Rosario not available to start, feeling a little sore. That means Grissom and Harris move up, hitting 6th and 7th for the Braves today. Line drive into left field. He's got another multi-hit game. Hey, what? This kid gets behind in the count. He works it back into his favor. He gets ahead in the count, Jeff. He doesn't miss his pitch too often.
Now look, Urquidy threw him 2 changeups to start, both down. So Grissom ready for that fastball. 2-0, gets it down in the zone. Beautiful swing, just drives it to left field. This is where, over the time, we've seen Michael make some really good adjustments, Chip, as the game's gone on. Both at bats today, Urquidy has gone almost all changeups, curveballs to Michael.
This one banged on the ground. Grissom held up for a second. There's one. That's all they're going to get. So Grissom's forced out at second base. Harris is on. Ozuna was scheduled to hit. He'll be taken down for a pinch hitter, it appears. Let's see if this is where Snit plays Eddie Rosario. Yep. So Ozuna's day 0 for 2. And Rosario will pinch hit.
It's a thing where Eddie, it's late in the 7th inning. You don't mind sending him up in this spot.
So the Astros want to discuss strategy with Eddie Rosario. Let's see if he can heat up the scoreboard for the Braves. Speaking of that, here's a quick word from Texas Pete.
Welcome to the tribe. The Texas Pete tried and true. Texas Pete, sauce like you mean it.
Eddie Rosario enjoyed seeing Houston last year. 5 hits, 2 doubles, 5 runs, and 4 walks. And I'm sure that is imprinted in the memory of everybody on that Houston bench.
It is. Something to keep an eye on, too. I know Maldonado's good behind that plate, but Harris from the 7th inning on, 10 of 10 on stolen bases. See if he can pick out a pitch.
And 15 for 15 overall.
And I would imagine the way they're going to pitch Rosario, he's going to see a lot of that off speed like Harris has done today.
One defender on the left side of the infield for Houston. That's Bregman. Crowd chanting for Rosario off the bench. Astros bullpen is busy should the inning continue. With Robbie Grossman waiting on deck. Braves have 2 runs on 5 hits. And fouled the first one off. Strike 1. Rafael Montero is up and throwing in the Houston bullpen. No balls, 2 strikes. With 2 strikes, we'll see how Harris works on the base paths. He's going, and the pitch is put in play right side, a little roller. And Rosario is out at first, and so are the Braves here in the 7th inning. To the 8th we go. The duel continues in Atlanta.
Baseball is brought to you by your local Ford dealer, Delta Airlines, keep climbing, and by Truist. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank.
We are through 7 complete in Atlanta. New look to the Braves outfield. Robbie Grossman will move from right field to left field. And Guillermo Heredia will take over in right. He'll bat in the 8th spot. For the Braves, Dylan Lee, the 3rd change. He'll face the middle of this Houston order in the 8th inning. And he's on to retire Yordan Alvarez, who's accounted for both Houston RBIs today.
Yeah, he's got, you see, 146 against lefties. He's got the 3-5 in Alvarez and Tucker.
Nice inning for Tyler Matzik. He gave up the leadoff hit and a wild pitch, but 3 flyouts retired the Astros in the 7th inning. Big shift on for Yordan Alvarez.
Big shift they're playing. Riley way over.
Back-to-back games for Dylan Lee today.
When you go to 11 innings, a lot of times next day someone's going to have to throw. Dylan pitched that 10th inning last night.
Two balls and a strike. All curveballs.
Yep.
Atlanta's bullpen this month 5-1. 70 strikeouts in 65 innings, counting Matzik's frame today. Braves have a strikeout staff, and they have shown that to the Astros in this 3-game weekend series. And this one served into center. Harris on the run. He's going to play it on a hop. So on a 2-2 count, Alvarez has his second hit and represents the go-ahead run. Here's Bregman 0 for 3. But first, a quick word from Truist.
Tim always offered the best advice.
Hit it nice and firm.
Today, Tim is a teammate at Truist, where you can get personalized insights right on the app.
Dylan Lee's had 1 double play turned behind him this year. This will be a perfect time for number 2. Bregman, though, has had a big second half. Quiet day today, but 16 RBIs in his last 12 games for the Astros.
I was saying he was still a little banged up early part of this year. His body's feeling much better this last month and a half. Riley's playing right on the line.
Bregman leads their club in double plays, 14 of them. So hopefully right guy at the right time for Dylan Lee, with Tucker waiting on deck. 2-2 game. We are in the 8th. Four o'clock here in Atlanta, Georgia. Charlie Morton started for the Braves, was awesome. 11 strikeouts in 6 innings, 13 swings and misses on the curveball today. Atlanta got a 2-run homer from Matt Olson in the first. Houston got a 2-run single from Alvarez in the third, and it's been a duel ever since. But now trouble afoot, a 4-pitch walk, 2 on, nobody out. So Rick Kranitz will make his way to the bullpen phone. Tucker, a left-hand hitter, as Lee has given up a base hit and a walk back-to-back to start the inning in a tie game.
That's the thing, you bring him in to face these lefties, which is the smart move. With that being said, Tucker 28 RBIs versus left-handed pitching, tied for first in the American League. Kind of like how you feel with Olson. You don't mind when a lefty comes in.
On the ground and through for a base hit. Alvarez around third, and the ball dropped by Heredia. Throw comes into second and safe. Houston takes the lead. Tucker with a base hit gives him his 82nd RBI. And on the drop in right, Bregman and Tucker get an extra base, and it's 3-2 Houston.
Well, last time he got a first pitch from Charlie and lined it to left center. This time here, like you said, watch Heredia on the transfer here. The ball just dropped out of his glove.
Glasses were flying. The ball was flying. And Dylan Lee has been greeted rudely in the 8th inning. 2 singles, a walk, and a run. And now Jeremy Pena is the hitter.
Now this is kind of changing how Snit is going about his bullpen. If it was still 2-2, I think you would have seen Iglesias come in this game. He was warming up, and now 3-2, second, third, no outs. Jackson Stevens trying to warm up as fast as he can.
Well, Pena's got the hat trick. He's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. You can live with 1. 2 or 3 makes it real tough with the back end of this Houston bullpen. To center. Harris settles. The Braves will concede the run. Pena puts it in play, his 44th RBI. Bregman scores the 2nd run of the inning, and the Astros lead is 4-2.
I think now you're going to see Stevens come in this ball game.
So Dylan Lee in his last 2 outings against the Astros has given up 4 runs. The runner at second, Tucker, is his responsibility as well. Houston in game 3 has taken a 4-2 lead in the top of the 8th inning.
By Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. And by the Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day.
Braves and Astros in a rematch of last year's World Series. There's the victory parade here in Atlanta. Got to come back here in game 3. It's a 4-2 Houston lead in the series wrap up in Atlanta. Represent your alma mater here at Truist Park with the College Nights game ticket packages. You get a Braves co-branded stadium seat and a game ticket too. Upcoming College Nights include the University of Kentucky and the University of Alabama on September 1st. That's when Jeff and I will be out in the bleachers. And Auburn University will be represented here in Atlanta on September the 4th. Get your tickets today at Braves.com/College Nights.
You know, today I think it's Clemson Tiger Day.
Is it?
I think it is. Big day. Yep, there's some fans. It's tough to tell with the Astros orange too, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate timing for the Clemson fans, right? As Chas McCormick hits with a runner at second, 1 out. 4-2, Houston's taking the lead. That one off the glove of d'Arnaud. Could he have been crossed up? You don't see Travis muff one like that ever.
I don't know with PitchCom how you get crossed up like that. And now you got to bring the infield back in.
So a couple of defensive miscues have hurt the Braves in this inning. An error in right, now a passed ball, infield in for Chas McCormick. We didn't get that, a ball into strike. Phillies still lead the Mets 7-4, 5th inning. Alec Boehm has hit 2 3-run homers in that game. And one thing we know about this Braves team, as demonstrated last night, this team can come back from 2 runs.
Yep.
That is off the warning track foul, a ball and 2 strikes. Jackson Stevens got the win last night. He's trying to strand Tucker 90 feet away here. A ball, 2 strikes. Excellent way to start. Gets the first man looking. 2 outs.
Well, that was huge. Like you said, two runs still. You get a guy on and a home run. Big pitch. Sinker on the inner half. Now all you need is an out. Still game very manageable.
Yeah, the old saying, a bloop and a blast gets you tied.
Yeah.
And with this thunderous Braves offense, 1 through 9, you feel good until you're out of outs. Ball 1 to Jake Myers, who singled last time up. Houston's left 6 men on base with their 8 hits today. 2 runs in the 3rd, 2 runs here in the 8th. Good fastball. So Myers is down to his last strike. Nice catch down the line by big Braves fan. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In the Braves 8th, Grossman, Acuna, and Swanson will be coming up. Figure Urquidy's out of the game after his 7 innings. He'll wrap up, retiring 10 of the last 11 Braves hitters. Jackson ready. A check of the runner. The pitch. Ooh. It was off the plate.
Yeah.
So a full count. Another ball curling toward the warning track and the netting, and too far for Heredia to go.
Got a good 2-seamer today.
Yep.
Both really running in on these hitters.
Another payoff pitch. Lost him. So the inning continues with Maldonado, 1st and 3rd now with 2 outs. Stevens now with a walk in 6 of his last 8 appearances. Does though have 2 outs in the inning. Maldonado has had a quiet day at the plate. 2 strikeouts and a fly out to center.
about his good numbers off Charlie Morton before the game. Charlie did a great job with him.
And you can't be any more pleased than we were with the way Morton threw the ball, not just in this game, Jeff, but against the Mets.
The last 2 games, again.
23 strikeouts.
Against those 2 lineups.
Well, Charlie, another day where offense for the Braves to this point has been tough to come by. They allowed 2, got 2. And we'll leave with a no decision. The 0-1 pitch. And Maldonado down to his last strike, and then we'll turn things over to the Braves bats, who need 2 to tie. It's a 4-2 8th inning lead for the Astros, who will try to get out of town with 1 win in 3 games. Runner goes from first. The pitch is off the plate. Good take. So Myers in scoring position. That's an important play. Hit means a run for Myers, who has his first steal. So second and third, 2 outs, 2 strikes, 2-run Houston lead. Two and two. Mauricio Dubon is on deck. Don't want to see him till the 9th inning. Runners lead at second and third. And Jackson Stevens' 17th pitch. Got him. Maldonado strikes out for the 3rd time. And the Astros take the lead with a 2-run 8th. 9-1-2 coming up for Atlanta.
To first, the Braves are world champions.
That was November 2nd, 2021. Will Smith got the final out. And as you see the best coverage in the game, we check out the T-Mobile coverage cam before the game. Will Smith was recognized here at Truist Park. A tip of the cap to Snit, his teammates, his hometown crowd. And his Astros, Jeff, have taken a 4-2 lead here in Game 3.
Yeah, that was a good thing they did for Will. A great memory here in this city that we'll have for a long time. But now we got to get a couple runs, get this game back to tied against Rafael Montero. Been one of the best kind of new relievers in baseball this year, Chip. But the last 2-3 appearances, he has scuffled for the first time all year.
When Ryan Presley's unavailable, this guy's able to close. And he's 7 out of 9 in save chances. He's going to set up, it would appear, today. What's made Montero so tough, lefties don't do much against him. They're only hitting 163 against the right-hand pitcher out of the Astros bullpen, Rafael Montero.
got hard sink, really good slider. He threw last night, just like almost every bullpen guy for this Astros team did last night. That's what you kind of were hoping you could keep it close today. Wonder if their pen would be a little tired.
I'll tip your cap to Urquidy, who with 2 outs in the first inning gave up the Olsen home run, and it looked like the Braves were going to jump all over him today. Those are the only runs the Braves have in the game, as Urquidy finished retiring 10 of the last 11 hitters he faced. So with Robbie Grossman leading off, you've got Acuna, Swanson, and Riley to follow. Get a base runner, get a long ball, you get the game tied. Excellent start, 3-1. Oh, good cut. 95 down the middle and foul to the screen.
Big hack.
Houston has a shift on for Grossman. It was popped out to center and short. The pop up to short was really impressive. Pena had to run about 70 yards to catch it. So now Robbie with a full count. Strikes out. Top of the zone would have been strike 3, and there's the first out in the Atlanta 8th, and Ronald's coming up. Impressive comeback for Montero. And here's Ronald. He has a 3rd inning single as the Braves designated hitter today. 3 hits in the series for Acuna. August 5th, Acuna made some history for the Braves versus the 1-1 pitch. First player in Major League history with 500 hits, 100 homers, and 100 steals before turning 25.
Not too shabby, huh?
Man.
See if he can work his way on here with give Dansby and Austin a chance to either get him over, drive him in, or even tie the ball game up.
Yeah, if you can get one here, make things interesting. And for Ronald, it's not to be. Strikes out. Montero paints the inside corner. 2 outs.
He kind of got that funky little where he throws it from. You know, he stands straight. It's not like he goes down, but then that arm really drops, and that's where that run, like on that pitch, that just kind of freezes you.
So Swanson, the final hope for the Braves in the 8th inning. He singled and scored ahead of that 1st inning home run. Little chopper hit toward 3rd. Bregman got the hop he liked, and Montero with an impressive 1-2-3 8th inning. Top of the Houston order goes to work in the 9th. It's 4-2 Astros. 4-2 Houston. The Braves will leave town after the game and start a week-long road trip. Brian Snitker's squad heads to Pittsburgh for a date with the Pirates. Jeff, that's our Verizon Wireless projected starters. Jake Odorizzi.
Yep. He's not faced the Pirates since 18, but he's never lost to them. 6:30 tomorrow night on Valley Sports South.
Braves did good work against the Pittsburgh Pirates, sweeping 4 games from them earlier in the season.
I think it's going to be an important thing to go up there too, because you've played a lot of high leverage games, and all of a sudden you get up there, weeknight, might not be a lot of people there. But when we talk about winning a game, gaining a game on the Mets, I mean, that's just as important as today's game.
They all count.
Yeah. And I'd be interested to watch Jake pitch. You know, we talked his last 2 innings or so last start, kind of went on the attack, said he figured something out. So we'll see how that works tomorrow night.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Ryan Presley is up in the Astros bullpen. He'll have 3, 4, and 5 for the Braves coming up in the bottom of the 9th inning. And it's 2-2 for the leadoff man, Mauricio Dubon, who's 1 for 4 and a run scored. Houston heads home for the Twins and Orioles. Baltimore, one of the great surprising teams in Major League Baseball this year, knocking at the door of a playoff spot. We've got Pittsburgh, St. Louis next. And Stevens runs the count full. Up the middle, a base hit. Dubon has a 2-hit game. And the Astros, looking for some 9th inning insurance, have their leadoff man on. Braves are in a stretch where gone a while between days off, and all of these games have been so, as you said, Jeff, high pressure, high intensity, high drama late. Figure this will be Stevens' game the rest of the way. Rest everybody else. Get them ready for that Pirates series. Our next day off will be coming up on Thursday in between the Pittsburgh-St. Louis series. And that'll be welcome.
Yeah.
I believe we have one after we come back.
That Monday too.
Runner goes. First pitch is a swinging strike. No chance, as Dubon got a great jump. His 2nd stolen base of the year. Dusty Baker pulling out all the stops, knowing the thunder Atlanta has. He wants to add on as many as he can here in the 9th inning. And after the day off at home, the Colorado Rockies are in. That'll get us to the end of August already. Can you believe that?
It's unreal.
When your team plays good, the season flies by. Off the second base bag. Yuli Gurriel has his 2nd hit. Grissom was right there. Nothing he could do about that. Perfectly placed for Gurriel. Give him an RBI. And Houston extends the lead.
Talk about a bad break. Look at this. Right there. Right when it was hit, I was thinking, man, if this thing hops up to him, he might be able to throw Dubon out at 3rd, and then, as you can see right there, skips off the bag.
So Gurriel with a 2-hit game. Yordan Alvarez a 2-hit game. He's knocked in 2 runs. And the Astros first baseman wants to get his protective gear on as he stands at first. One in, one out, nobody out. Bears have done a really good job on this homestand of limiting run scoring opportunities for the Mets and Astros. Today, Houston's had a better time of it, and I think it's safe to say when you play teams like the Braves or the Mets or Houston, if you get chances to score, if you want to win, you better cash in a few of them.
Houston 4 for 9 today with runners in scoring position.
Three of the runs off the Braves bullpen today. Dylan Lee and Jackson Stevens. Tyler Matzik worked a scoreless seventh. Time called. Swing and a miss. Alvarez is down on strikes. Jackson Stevens, third strikeout of the game. So as we mentioned, we start our three-game set with the Pirates from beautiful PNC Park. Our coverage starts at 6:30 Eastern on Bally Sports South and the Bally Sports app. Braves and Pirates baseball is presented by Truist. Jake Odorizzi will start for Atlanta. Roansy Contreras will pitch for the Pirates. When I saw Pittsburgh, it was in early June when the Braves were in the midst of their 14-game winning streak, if memory serves. Braves did see Roansy Contreras, who had gotten off to a good start.
It's kind of scuffled since.
Yeah, they beat him on June 10th. That was a 4-2 final. Spencer Strider got the win in that game. His third big league start. 1 ball, 1 strike for Alex Bregman. Driven to right. 2 outs.
Right to him.
So one more man to get, and it's a tough man. Kyle Tucker will take a 14-game hitting streak back home to Houston.
You can see just in this little 3-game series how even compared to last year's World Series, really becoming a great baseball player. Hits to all fields.
I'm really impressed with him defensively too. He showed off a strong arm here on Friday night. Good player, and you'd expect that for a man that was the 5th overall pick in 2015. Little chopper slowly hit towards second. Grissom's got it pegged to first, and that is just in time. So the Braves need 3 to tie. It's 5-2 Houston. White guys are coming up. Riley, Olson, and d'Arnaud. Braves are down to their last 3 outs, hoping to sweep the Astros in Game 3. It's a 5-2 score.
Landmark Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Georgia Natural Gas, live the greener life, and by Yamaha Boats and Wave Runners.
Houston 5, Braves 2 after 8.5 innings. All right, Braves country, get your rally caps on. You've got the 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up. Riley, Olson, and Travis d'Arnaud. But as we alluded earlier, a tough hombre, Ryan Presley, is on to close it out. 24 out of 28 this year for Houston in saves.
Yeah, he's got really good stuff. Got that fastball about 96, 97, and then probably his best pitch, that little slider cutter. They were scoreless inning last night here.
Needs one more save to reach 7th in Astros history all time in saved categories. Jose Valverde, remember him?
Papa Grande.
69 saves in 2008 and 2009.
It's a lot.
Last time Presley let one get away was July 30th against the Mariners, the team that's chasing Houston in the AL West. No balls, 2 strikes. Presley worked an inning last night through 11 pitches, so he should be problem free. Braves need base runners and someone to pop one. They got a 2-run homer in the first, but haven't scored since. 2-2. Phillies still lead the Mets 7-4 in the 6th inning. Braves at the moment 3 games behind the Mets, who have the Yankees next. We play the Pittsburgh Pirates starting tomorrow night. On the ground to short. Pena's got it. And Riley reaching, and Austin's out number 1. Riley's day will end 0 for 4. Here's Matt Olson.
Yeah, the only scoring back to that first inning. Matt Olson's 2-run homer over the Braves bullpen. Got off to a good start, and since then the Astros pitching has done a good job of keeping this Braves offense.
Braves put the leadoff man on once in this game. That was the 3rd inning when Acuna singled but was then thrown out trying to steal. After the 3rd inning, the Braves have 2 hits. One of them came with 2 outs. That was Grissom's double in the 4th inning. This has been a well played, extremely well pitched game against 2 excellent major league teams. There's a line drive into center. Matt Olson has a 1-out hit. And boy, do we know this team plays you hard 27 outs.
I was going to say one more. Get one more guy. You see 106 off the bat from Matt there, right up the middle.
I'd love to see this game get down to Michael Harris with his penchant for late inning heroics. Let's see if Darno and Grissom can make that happen. Travis is 0 for 2. He walked his first time up. Boy, Presley is right over the top, isn't he? Tumbling toward the first base line. Driven toward right. Tucker retreats, still going back. That ball is off the bricks. It ricochets back toward the infield. Olson on his way to 3rd. They're going to wave him home. Darno's on his way to 3rd. It's a 5-3 game.
You said it perfect. They played 27 outs, that's for sure. Darno, beautiful job shooting this one off the wall. Tucker, not playing here so much, went all the way to that wall. That was that slider kind of backed up on him. And then once it got past Tucker here, he's off to the races.
So the Braves are going to bring the tying run to the plate. And these youngsters who've infused so much energy are the men at the center of the action. Vaughn Grissom with a 2-hit game will be your next hitter. Grissom with 7 multi-hit games in his first 12 as a big league player. Little tapper. Big curveball. Had him out in front 0-2.
This team just does not give in, Chip.
That's what you love about them.
Yeah.
They're never out of a game.
Well, Presley, you think three-run lead, one of the better closers in the American League.
The 0-2. Good take. Again, don't know how this at bat's going to turn out for Grissom, but what we've seen, he'll get behind in the count and work his way back. He'll give himself a chance. Even with an 0-1 or an 0-2 count, he's got it to 1-2. On the ground, slowly hit. That'll cost the Astros a run. They'll take the out, give Grissom an RBI. Now it's a 5-4 game.
He made a nice pitch on that one, but got one more run in. And you saw last Sunday, if you remember, down in Miami, Braves down 1-0 in the bottom of the or top of the ninth. This was the man right here that led off with a home run to tie it.
99 miles an hour, lefty,
left center,
where the old sculpture used to be.
Yep.
So Harris represents the tying run. He's 0 for 3 today. And Presley's been observing the game. Breaking stuff has been crisp and sharp against Michael, who has been just as good in the late innings. Fouled off his foot. And now the Braves are down to their last strike. He has 2 runs off one of the best closers in the American League. They need one more to get this game tied. They have one swing of the bat left. It's not to be. A swing and a miss. And Maldonado will make the flip to first, and the Astros hold off the Braves despite a furious finish in the 9th inning, Jeff. 5-4 your final as Atlanta wraps up a very impressive homestand.
Look, they almost had a chance to win this ball game after getting down 5-2. I know you'd love a sweep today, Chip, but at the end of the day, you went 5-2 on the homestand with 4 at the Mets and 3 with the Astros. Great playing. This team's got exactly where they want to be right now. Now you go on a road trip the next 3 games where you really feel like you can take care of business. Take this approach that you've done, the good pitching, and go up to Pittsburgh and do a job.
So the Astros salvage 1 out of 3 in Atlanta. The Braves in a rematch of the World Series won this series. That never gets old against Houston. Final score today, though, Astros 5, Braves 4. Off we go to Pittsburgh for a start of a week-long road trip. The Pirates and Cardinals next on the docket for the Braves. Our coverage starts at 6:30 tomorrow night from PNC Park. For Nick Green, for Jeff Francoeur, and our entire crew, Chip Carey, we thank you for joining us. Stick around. Braves Live, presented by Xfinity, is next. We'll see you tomorrow night in Pittsburgh.